console wars are in a quiet place at the moment. Sony and Microsoft are busy working on their new boxes, whilst Nintendo is busy purchasing a new vault for all the money that it will make when the new Pokemon Switch games come out. However, all's not quiet on the platform battlefront, as the war has moved to an entirely unexpected theatre: PC launches. Now, late in 2018, Epic Games, the developers of Fortnite and the owners of the 3 vaults next to Nintendo's, decided to spend some of these Fortnite riches by creating its own gaming store, the imaginatively titled Epic Games Store. Now, if you're playing at home, and especially if you're doing so on a PC, this is yet another PC launcher to add to the increasingly stuffed toolbar of launchers, almost reminiscent of the bloated toolbars of our 90s Netscape browsers. I half expect Clippy to come ask if I need help with purchasing Pipedream cosmetics. Now, we have the following launchers to choose from. You have the Epic Games Store, Steam, Battle.net, Origin, Uplay, GOG Galaxy, Discord, Twitch, Itch.io, Bethesda Launcher, Oculus, Windows Store, the upcoming Google Stadia, and Netflix Interactive Films, which recently added the Bear Grylls Choose Your Own Adventure series, You vs. Wild, also known as Bear Grylls Urine Drinking Simulator 2019. The correct choice, by the way, is to always drink more urine. But really, when it comes to certain games, there is only one choice. Literally. In the months since launching the Epic Games Store, it has obtained the time-to-exclusive rights to sell a whole range of games on PC, including Borderlands 3, Rocket League, and Metro Exodus. Indeed, Metro Exodus was meant to release on Steam on 15th of February, but 2.5 weeks before this, it was pulled from Steam and then shifted to the EGS. If only there were a word to describe this sudden departure, this egress, this exit. I guess we'll never know. To say that the gaming community reaction has been heated is an understatement. Social media is alight with anger anytime the EGS pops up in the news. And sure, accessing it is as easy as creating a free account, but people are reluctant to make the move to this new launcher for a variety of reasons. So let's go through them, shall we? In its current state, the EGS lacks many of the features of other PC launchers. I've compared it with Steam, Battle.net, Origin, and Uplay, and out of those 5 launchers, the EGS is the most resource intensive on your PC. It is the only one that is missing cloud saves, and it is the only one that doesn't accept Australian dollars, despite the EGS roadmap claiming as such. I guess our dollary-doos aren't good enough for you, Epic. And indeed, the roadmap of future EGS features is a catalogue of things that we've come to expect from PC launchers, and their absence from the EGS is glaring. Users are still awaiting things like mod support, gifting, and, most curiously, a shopping cart. Sure, others are guilty of this, but the fact that the online gaming store is missing the shopping cart is a metaphor so on the nose. Zack Snyder is planning on using it in his next tire fire of a film. The odd side effect of this EGS hate is that people are championing Steam as the hero of this new platform war. After all, people have built up over a decade of friends, badges, and games that they'll definitely play one day. Spoiler alert, they won't. But Steam isn't exactly a model citizen in this PC launcher space. Discoverability of games is a real issue on that store. Trying to find an interesting new release is like trying to find high literature in an adult bookstore. You may be looking for Charles Dickens, but you're more likely to find Charles Dickens. And if you think I'm exaggerating, look at the amount of new games that are tagged with nudity and sexual content. And sure, Steam has an automated refund process, but it only got to this point after being dragged kicking and screaming, including by Australia's full federal court, which found that Steam's operator Valve had breached Australia's consumer laws. So, you're welcome, world. Australia has given you Steam refunds, Wi-Fi, and one of the best multiplayer games out there, Goon of Fortune. Now, ain't that a great... I'm receiving word that Goon of Fortune is now an Epic Games Store exclusive. Huh. There is one other area that Steam is falling behind in, where EGS actually has the upper hand, and that is developer payouts. Developers that sell their games on the EGS will receive 88% of sales revenue instead of the 70% that Steam offers. And surprisingly, Epic doesn't pay this out in Fortnite V-Bucks. Steam has remained oddly quiet in response to Epic's aggressive posture, save for a few blog posts expressing corporate disapproval at the games moving away from its platform. Meanwhile, Epic is firing salvos all over the place. As recently as late April, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney, seen here moments before taking another swim in his vault of Fortnite money, added fuel to this fire by tweeting that if Valve was to match the 88% payout, Epic would hastily organize a retreat from exclusives and consider putting their own games on Steam. And you thought I was being overwrought with this war metaphor. Now, let's put all this into perspective. This is distinct from the console war. You don't have to purchase a whole new $100 box to play Borderlands 3 on PC, unless you insist on the fancy collector's edition. But even within the bubble of this PC launcher war, the Epic Games Store will eventually implement its laundry list of features and reach parity with all the other PC launchers. And at that point, Valve and the others will have to respond to this aggressive competition by improving their product. Who knows? Maybe this newfound competition will actually make the PC launcher space better for gamers. Until then, let's leave this new platform war for the moment. What's to come next? Will Steam call Epic's bluff on developer payouts? Will Epic get lost on its roadmap and have to stop and ask for directions? Which PC launcher does Clippy prefer? I reckon Clippy is a conscientious objector to this whole PC platform war, ironic considering its love of minesweeping. And that is everything that has happened in the world, ever.